As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting eerie shadows upon the desolate beach, a shiver ran down my spine. The cool breeze carried whispers of forgotten tales, and the crashing waves seemed to mimic an ominous heartbeat. I was alone, drawn to the beach by a sense of curiosity and dread. Walking along the shoreline, my footsteps left imprints in the wet sand, evidence that I was not alone in this desolation. I kept glancing over my shoulder, my heart racing with each passing second. There was a peculiar unease in the air, a feeling that I was being watched, studied by unseen eyes. A flicker of movement caught my attention further down the beach. Squinting, I made out the silhouette of a figure, tall and looming. I called out, my voice trembling in the stillness, but received no response. The figure remained motionless, a dark sentinel against the night. The sensation of being watched intensified, and I quickened my pace, the sound of my footsteps drowned out by the roaring waves. As I drew closer to the figure, I realized it was not alone. More shapes emerged from the darkness, forming a semicircle around me. Panic clenched my chest as I realized there was no escape. A bitter metallic scent tainted the air, and I noticed the glint of moonlight on sharp blades held by the figures. Fear constricted my throat, rendering me speechless. Their eyes gleamed with an unholy hunger, fixed upon me like predators closing in on their prey. With trembling hands, I tried to reason with them, to understand their intentions. My pleas were met with silence, the only response the ominous symphony of the waves crashing against the shore. The figures began to advance, their movements synchronized like a macabre dance. I turned and fled, my heart pounding in my chest, sand flying beneath my feet. But no matter how fast I ran, they seemed to keep pace, always lurking just behind me. Exhaustion crept in, my lungs burning, my legs weakening. I stumbled and fell to my knees, the sand digging into my palms. Desperation took hold as the figures closed in, their blades glinting maliciously. My voice broke free from the stranglehold of fear, and I screamed, my cries echoing into the void. Just as their blades were about to descend, a blinding light erupted from the water, illuminating the beach in a brilliant, otherworldly glow. The figures recoiled, hissing as if burned by the light. It was as if the very sea itself had risen to my defense. In that moment of chaos, I scrambled to my feet and raced towards the ocean. The light grew more intense, forcing the figures to retreat into the shadows. With a final burst of energy, I dove into the water, the chill a welcome embrace compared to the horror I had faced. The light subsided as quickly as it had appeared, leaving the beach shrouded in darkness once more. Gasping for breath, I turned to glance back at the shore, but the figures were gone. Only the haunting memory of that nightmarish encounter remained. As the first rays of dawn broke over the horizon, I emerged from the water, my body battered and bruised. The beach, once serene, now held a sinister secret, a reminder that darkness can lurk where you least expect it. And as I walked away from that haunting shore, I couldn't shake the feeling that the horrors I had faced were far from being truly banished.